Loro Languaged Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. This is your cozy corner for natural English practice and real-life conversations. I'm Jaden.
And I'm Aria. We are so happy to have you here with us today.
Now, before we jump into today's topic, we have one tiny favor to ask. If you enjoy listening to us, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps other English learners find us.
Exactly. And we would also love it if you left a comment down below. It can be super simple. Just tell us where you're listening from or share your thoughts on today's topic.
And you know what? Typing a comment is actually a great way to practice your English without even realizing it. Your brain is working, choosing vocabulary, putting words in order. It is real practice.
That is so true. So please, don't be nervous about making mistakes. Even just one short sentence is totally fine. We genuinely love reading your thoughts.
All right, are you ready? Let's get right into today's topic.
I am so ready. And honestly, grab a cup of coffee or tea if you are listening right now, because today we are just going to chat about our daily lives. But we are actually talking about something that gives me a lot of anxiety. We are talking about time.
Time. That is a very big and heavy topic. What exactly about time is giving you anxiety today? Aria?
Well, I looked at the calendar this morning and I just stared at it for a few minutes. I realized that the year is almost over. And I had this sudden panic attack. I thought to myself, where did the last 6 months go? I feel like I just celebrated the new year yesterday. And suddenly we are at the end of the year again.
Wow. I completely understand that feeling. It is actually terrifying. When you're a kid, a summer vacation feels like an entire lifetime. It feels so long. But when you become an adult, the years just disappear. You blink, and suddenly it is your birthday again.
Exactly. It is like adult time blindness. We get caught in our daily routines. We wake up. We go to work. We come home. We watch television. We go to sleep. And we just repeat that same exact day hundreds of times. And because every day looks exactly the same, our brain does not record any new memories. So the time just vanishes into thin air.
That is a really scary thought. We are basically living on autopilot. We are letting our lives slip away because we are not paying attention to the present moment. We just let the days turn into weeks, and the weeks turn into years.
And the most dangerous part is that we always think we have more time tomorrow. We just keep pushing our lives to the future.
Pushing our lives to the future. That is exactly what procrastination is. We tell ourselves that we will definitely do the important things later, because later is a magical place where we have infinite energy and perfect discipline.
Haha, yes. My future self is amazing. My future self is a fitness expert who speaks 4 languages and cooks healthy meals every single day. But my present self is just tired and wants to eat pizza.
The battle between present self and future self is so real, and I think the biggest trap we fall into is waiting for the perfect moment. Have you ever done the Monday diet trick?
Oh boy. Do not expose my secrets. Jaden. But yes, obviously, if it is a Thursday afternoon and I decide I want to eat healthier and start exercising, I will say, okay, I am going to completely change my life. But I will start on Monday because starting a diet on a Thursday just feels wrong.
It is the illusion of the fresh start. We want our progress to look clean and organized on a calendar. So we say, I will start learning English on the first day of next month. Or I will start saving money next year.
Right? But what happens between Thursday and Monday? You just waste 4 entire days. And usually, you eat terribly for those 4 days because you know the diet starts on Monday.
And then Monday arrives. You are tired from the weekend. It is raining outside, and you say, you know what? Next Monday is actually a much better time to start.
It is a never-ending cycle of waiting. We are waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect weather, the perfect motivation. But the truth is, the perfect moment does not exist. You just have to start when you're messy and tired.
Starting when you are messy is so hard. So instead of starting the difficult task, we do something else. We do something that I like to call fake productivity.
Fake productivity. What does that mean? Like pretending to work when your boss walks past your desk?
Haha. That is one kind of fake productivity. But I mean the advanced procrastination we do to ourselves. For example, if I have to write a really difficult report for work, I know I need to write it. But instead of writing, I spend 2 hours cleaning my computer keyboard. Then I organize all the folders on my desktop. Then I search for the perfect background music to help me focus.
Wow, I feel personally attacked right now. I do the exact same thing when I need to study. I will buy new pens. I will buy a beautiful notebook. I will spend an hour making a perfectly color-coded study schedule. And by the time I'm ready to actually read the book, I am too exhausted from planning.
Exactly. You feel like you're doing something important because you're busy. Cleaning the keyboard feels like work. Buying notebooks feels like studying. But you're not actually making any real progress. You're just wasting time in a very fancy, organized way.
It is high-level procrastination. Our brains are so smart at tricking us. My favorite fake productivity is watching YouTube videos about organizing a messy room instead of actually cleaning my own messy room. I will sit on my bed, surrounded by dirty clothes, watching another person fold their clothes perfectly.
That is hilarious and tragic at the same time. We consume content about taking action instead of just taking the action ourselves.
We really do. And we just throw our time away without even thinking about it, which is crazy because we are so careful with our money, but we are so careless with our time.
That is a very powerful comparison. Think about it this way. If you were walking down the street and someone bumped into you and stole $100 from your wallet, you would be absolutely furious. You would fight them. You would call the police. You would be angry about it for a whole week.
Oh, absolutely. I would be so angry. Nobody steals my hard-earned money.
But every single day, we let people and applications steal hours of our time. You open social media just to check one message, and suddenly someone stole 2 hours of your evening. But you do not call the police. You do not even get angry. You just accept it.
Wow, I have never thought about it like that. We let algorithms steal our most valuable resource. Because you can always earn another $100. You can work harder. You can save up. You can get the money back.
Exactly. Money is renewable, but you can never, ever earn back a single hour of your life. Once yesterday is gone, it is gone forever. You cannot buy it back from the universe.
That gives me so much anxiety, Jaden, but it is a healthy kind of anxiety. It makes me want to protect my time. We need to treat our daily schedule like a bank account. We should not just give our hours away to random distractions and things that do not make us happy.
Protecting your time is the first step. But the second step is actually using that time for things you deeply care about. Because we all have dreams that we are ignoring. I call this the someday syndrome.
The someday syndrome. I use that word all the time. Someday I will travel to Europe. Someday I will learn how to play the guitar. Someday I will finally write that book I keep talking about.
We all do it. But Aria, look at a calendar. Look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do you see a day called someday on the calendar?
No. Someday is not a day of the week.
Exactly. Someday is a fantasy island where we put all of our beautiful dreams so we do not have to work on them today. Saying someday is just a polite way of saying never.
That is a very harsh truth, but I needed to hear it. Because if we keep saying someday, we are going to wake up in 30 years and realize that we never actually lived the life we wanted. We just planned to live it.
The pain of regret is so much heavier than the pain of hard work. We think we have endless time, but life is fragile and completely unpredictable. If you really want to learn the guitar, you cannot wait for the perfect someday when you suddenly have lots of free time. You have to pick up the guitar today, even if it is just for 10 minutes.
You are absolutely right. We have to kill the word someday. We have to replace it with today, or at least a specific date on the calendar. So, how do we actually break this terrible habit? I need a practical strategy. Jaden, before I waste another year,
Okay, I have a very practical strategy for you. It completely changed how I handle my daily tasks. It is called the 2-minute rule.
the 2-minute rule, I am listening. Is it complicated?
It is the simplest rule in the world. If you look at a task and you realize it will take less than 2 minutes to finish, you must do it immediately. You are not allowed to put it on a to-do list. You are not allowed to delay it. You just do it right then and there.
Hmm. Less than 2 minutes. Give me a real-life example.
Okay, think about washing your coffee cup after breakfast. It takes maybe 45 seconds to wash a cup, but usually we leave it in the sink. And then we add a plate and a bowl, and suddenly, by the evening, the sink is a mountain of dirty dishes, and washing them will take 30 minutes, which feels impossible.
Oh, I am definitely guilty of the dirty dish mountain. It looks so overwhelming that I just ignore it and go watch TV instead.
But if you apply the 2-minute rule, you just wash the cup immediately. Or if you receive an email that only needs a quick reply like, "Yes, I agree," you do not mark it as unread for later. You just type the reply in 30 seconds and hit send.
Wow, that actually eliminates so much mental clutter. Because all those tiny, uncompleted tasks stay in the back of your brain and cause low-level stress all day long.
Exactly. The 2-minute rule builds momentum. Once you complete one small task, you feel a tiny sense of achievement. And that makes it much easier to start the next task. It kills procrastination at the very beginning.
Momentum is everything. Once you start moving, it is easier to keep moving. I think the biggest lesson here is that we just need to start, even if we are doing it terribly.
That is a brilliant point. Doing something badly is always better than not doing it at all.
It is true. If you want to exercise, a terrible, slow 10-minute walk is infinitely better than staying on the couch because you did not have time for a perfect 1-hour workout.
Yes, imperfect action. If you're learning English, speaking broken English with mistakes is 1,000 times better than staying silent because you are afraid of not being perfect.
You just have to be willing to be a beginner. You have to be willing to make mistakes. Because time is going to pass anyway. The next 5 years are going to pass whether you start working on your goals or not.
Exactly. In 5 years, you will either have 5 years of practice and experience, or you will have 5 years of excuses. The choice is entirely up to you.
Wow! I feel incredibly motivated right now. I'm not going to wait for Monday anymore. I am going to take action today.
That is what I love to hear. And we want to challenge everyone listening to do the exact same thing. Do not let another year slip away.
Yes. We want you to stop waiting for someday. Head down to the comment section and tell us, what is one thing you have been procrastinating on? What is your someday dream?
And more importantly, what is one tiny, 2-minute action you can take today to get closer to that dream? Write it down. Make it real and hold yourself accountable.
We believe in you guys. Do not waste your beautiful life.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's conversation.
We really hope you enjoyed it. And remember, no matter what you're struggling with right now, whether it is saving money, learning English, or just getting through the week, take it one step at a time. Be kind to yourself.
Absolutely. Learning a language is a journey, and you are doing great just by being here and listening.
If you found this episode helpful or even just a little bit funny, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It is the best way to support what we do.
And please don't forget to leave a comment down below. Tell us what you thought about today's topic, or just say hi. We read every single comment and we love hearing from you.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and trust the process.
We will catch you in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye.